I'd like you to meet Valeriana officinalis, or valerian. I love this plant. The officinalis part of the scientific name tells us that this herb used to be part of the official drug pharmacopoeia. In fact, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Now, over 200 studies have been done about the safety and the efficacy of this as a non-toxic, safe alternative to sleep medications. Now, the important thing to know is that the part we use is not the flowering part, but rather the root. And the dried root smells a little bit like locker rooms, dirty socks, not really sure why. But it works very well. You can make this into a tea. You can also take it in a capsule if you can't see yourself handling the tea that smells as strong as this one does. But this also comes in tablets. Now, valerian is also a muscle relaxant, and it would probably take 2 of these capsules to help relax you during the day, but it might take as many as 5 at nighttime. Now, what valerian is particularly good for is helping to shorten the time that it takes to fall asleep. So we're going to go inside now, and we're going to make a valerian tincture, which is another excellent way to take this herb. Now, we talked about valerian root just outside, and that is the dried root. We turned that into a tincture since it does have quite a strong smell. So here's what I did for Jen, and you can do this at home too. I took 1 ounce of that valerian root. The second herb is passion flower. Now, we haven't talked a lot about passion flower yet. This is Passiflora incarnata. And Passiflora incarnata is important because it's one of the sedatives that has an effect on the central nervous system. It's very good for insomnia that's due to restlessness or to emotional turbulence. So for people with insomnia and nightmares, or insomnia and grief, or insomnia and the kind of restlessness that just isn't quelled easily, this is the herb that I use. And it has to be incarnata or another species that's medicinal. A lot of hybrids now in the nurseries of passion flower because it's such a remarkable flower, but the hybrids really don't do it. So what you're looking for is the plant incarnata, or even regelii, or certainly one of the true original passion flowers. So that passion flower tincture we also put in a 1 ounce amount. So there we go. Wunderbar. And this, remember, is her nighttime. You might say that the tincture itself is what put her out, but when you see the dose that she actually takes, it's very little. And this is the skull cap. So we have a total of 3 ounces of those tinctures. I'm going to pour it into a dark glass bottle, could be a brown glass bottle, as long as it's sterile and as long as it's not the herb extract exposed to daylight or heat. And that is her mixture. Remember, when you're doing this for yourself, to have a label so that you know what it is, what the date was. And what she did then is she took 1 teaspoon of this, mix that into a little water. You'll notice it's not a full cup because I don't want Jen getting up in the middle of the night to have to empty her bladder. So, little bit. How's it taste? Very light. Not even a trace of smelly socks. She took it really well. In fact, after 4 nights, Jen slept through the night for the first time in years. Having trouble falling asleep? Mix 1 teaspoon of our homemade valerian root tincture in water just before bed.